Kenobis corner, Kenobis corner, Kenobis corner.
No, I mean, it's all right. Really, you're not missing out on much. I say that, but it's really fun. Just a bunch of fried stuff, a bunch of polka music, just a bunch of beer.
I don't know about
so
polka
just
music.
everything good in life. You know, all set on the backdrop of the hill country, you know. So I don't know if you like any of that. So if you do, then it's definitely your time.
I was with it until from fried food, and immediately lost me once you said polka.
I didn't say polka.
I know, that's why.
I didn't.
You did. That was the second thing you said.
I did
When
not
did you go back
say-
to the tape already?
Go back to the tape.
Dude,
Ooh.
polka was the second thing you said.
No. The
Swear.
first thing I said was...
I know.
Hump, hump, hump,
Oh
hump,
my
hump, hump,
God.
hump, hump. Welcome to Kenobis Corner. Yeah.
I'm just going to stop right in the middle of the intro.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. It's good strategy right there.
Yeah, just gotta go. Just gotta freaking get in there and get it in them. I'm Eric. This is John.
What's up?
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't know if I want to say my name or...
I don't want to be identified on this episode. I'm going to stay incognito.
We're here to talk to you about movies, TV shows, video games, and comics based on those things, and sci-fi and fantasy and fun stuff and anything else we're really interested in.
Yeah.
So welcome back, everybody, and welcome you first-timers. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. You know, we got some news to cover. John might say otherwise, but I think we're okay.
What do you mean might say otherwise?
Well, I mean, really, like, we're really just waiting for Stranger Things, Doctor Strange, Doctor Stranger Things to come
Stranger
out.
Things, right? Yeah.
You know, so we you know, there's a lot of things coming out about what's happening, what's going on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and
Yeah.
you know, there's so much. There is some things out there, and so slowly some things are like coming out. Other things are being leaked, but how true are those? We thought we were going to talk about one, but we just nixed it because it just looks super fake. So we're just gonna we'll just leave it off.
It is super fake.
Yeah,
But there's been a bunch of cool stuff.
yeah. So the couple things that we were talking about last time, remember?
Right.
ARQ, that's actually not the name of the movie. It's actually called ARC. It wasn't until I actually watched it on Netflix that I figured out, these, it's not referencing individual letters, but it
Right.
actually just says ARC. So I know we talked about it.
I mean, that's our bad. I don't think in the trailer they said ARC ever, so...
I think they did, actually.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
That's
And
terrible.
I was
Maybe I
just
wasn't
like,
paying attention.
RAQ or whatever, just because my crazy dyslexia was flaring up. But dude, I checked it out. I know that there's been a lot of
Do you want to talk
stuff.
about this now, or do you want to talk about some news first, then we'll get into it?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's see. Well, I mean, there is a lot of news.
There's a lot of news.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's cover some stuff first, and then we'll
We'll jump back to ARQ because or ARC. I'm sorry, it's gonna be stuck in there in my head forever. But we'll talk about ARC a little bit since Eric watched it. We'll talk about some Agents of Shield.
you mean Moss?
Whatever you want to call it.
Marvel's Agents of Shield, dude.
Oh
It
my
so
goodness,
fits.
Marvel's Agents of Shield.
Moss Ghost Rider.
I'm going to say the line for it. But Eric watched the episode. I did not. I've been kind of slacking on some stuff. So
Did I like it? Did I not? We're gonna
we can
figure it out
we can talk
together.
about some of that stuff. But yeah, man, just some quick stuff that happened this week. So one, I put it first on the list because I went there and edited the list before we started going our little talking points. But Rami Malik, man, winning the Emmy for Best Actor, dude.
For what?
Mr. Robot.
There you go.
Oh, so
Right on.
I already like the character is really, really cool, and I love the way he plays that character, and I like that it's a leading man, but not necessarily your typical leading man, right? Like, he's just it's very different for the character. It's kind of like one of those darker, more mysterious. He's not he's kind of got a little bit of a speech impediment. I don't know what else to call it. Like, it's almost like a little bit of a lisp that he's got going on. He's not, your classically handsome kind of guy. But dude, like, he seems really cool. And then every time they've done interviews with him in the past, it seems like a really cool, genuine dude.
Yeah, he seems pretty down to earth.
Right?
Just from the interviews that we've seen and some behind the scenes stuff that we were able to see on Mr. Robot. So.
Heck yeah, he's like super into the show. He's super into the fans. He's super into all that stuff. And then he gets up on stage after winning, like still in shock from winning, and the first thing that comes out, like, tell me you guys are seeing this too, like right from the show, like so good, like immediately for the fans. And then his post interview, which we'll link in the description for this, he starts talking about like just a bunch of stuff, like his research for the role, the fact that he put so much into it to really portray the character that he's portraying in the proper light. So somebody with kind of a mental disabilities, someone with multiple personality kind of stuff, or I don't know what the what is the proper name for that, medical term for it? I don't even know.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I can't remember. Yeah, we're not medical people, so we'll leave it at that.
Doctors.
We're anything but doctors.
Yes.
So maybe doctors of love.
Whoa, John. Come on, man.
Okay, maybe not. But really cool, man. He seems like a really humble guy. He seems to be super thankful for everything that he's been given with this stuff. And dude, I really, really, really like seeing him talk and dude, just to hear his voice talking about these kind of things is really, really cool. And I'm super, super, super happy he won. Yeah. To be honest, I haven't watched any of season 2. I watched like the first 3 episodes because that was free.
Yeah.
And then after that, I kind of stopped watching. Doesn't mean I don't want to watch it. I really want to watch it. So I think probably this weekend or next, I'll buy the whole season on iTunes. That I can just marathon through the rest of those episodes that I missed. But it's so good. That show is amazing. Like, when I stopped, I was like, oh, like, and now every time I think about it, I'm like, I need to watch the rest of season 2, man. It's so freaking cool.
Dude, I was the same way, for real. Like, I was just thinking about it the other day, and I saw this review come up of like the season finale. I was like, already? Damn it, it's already done. But that's awesome because I really want to marathon through it. Like, we've been really kind of overcome with other things that has been going on, so just trying to get back into it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to really just devour the whole season. And he listening to him, like with the after show acceptance speech, he's really, really cognizant of like what his role is and how he's being portrayed, and really how he fits into this figure, how he really personifies this character, and he feels like this is in a scenario where as a whole, like he feels like we're a voiceless community. Like, we feel like there's just so much stuff out there that we can really get lost in the shuffle, and this is like really gives people an outlet and stuff like that. So it's amazing. Like, really awesome. Just nothing but kudos for the guy. He deserves it all, of course. So hopefully, this is just a stepping stone for him to do bigger and better things. So awesome. Congrats,
really,
man.
really cool.
If you listen, congrats. I hope you hear this.
Come on, Rami Malik, of course he listens to the podcast. I mean,
of course he does.
Right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just going to believe that.
Yeah. So, with huge news, some things have been coming out about the Avengers, the Infinity War, and some of the things that have been coming out about that as well this week. So, some rumors that have been coming out about what the story's going to be about, that it's not going to follow the Infinity War storyline, but more the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. The Infinity War storyline has Adam Warlock, and then if you have Adam Warlock, then you have to have his what's his reverse, like his yin to his yang. So his Jonathan to Eric,
awesome.
Which I think his like name is Mordor or Moto or something like that. But those characters are not established yet. So what they seems like they're doing is they're following the Gauntlet storyline, where Thanos is really trying to get Death's attention. So Death is female, so he's trying to court her, and to do so, he's trying to destroy half of the universe. to make that offering to give to death,
Yes.
which is super, super cool that they would go along. And you get just a taste of that at the end of the first Avengers when
that line, man.
That line
is
just
awesome.
to go against to go against Earth is to court death, and he just turns around and like smiles because that's exactly what he's doing,
dude.
So, for them to bring that full circle would be awesome.
Yeah,
and
that
just
would be
not have
really
that be
cool.
like a throwaway line, but for that line to actually mean something. That's
right,
really
dude.
cool.
And you know what? That's one of the things that I really liked and appreciated, the fact that Joss Whedon had the first Avengers movie, because, dude, that was something that, like, dude, Joss Whedon is a fan of the comic books, you know? Like,
he wrote a few episodes.
He wrote X-Men for, like, a while. Like, all of Astonishing X-Men, like, is his, you know? And and he, I think he did have a few issues, at least, on the other side of things for, like, the Avengers things. But, dude, he knows it. He knows the content. He knows what's going on. He knows the real feel of it. And, man, like, that was really cool. When that line happened, I think it was like, early enough. Yeah, it was, but it was early enough that, like, in the theater, there was maybe like 5 of us that were like, oh, that's awesome, and then everybody else was like, I guess it was okay, no. Like, yeah. Like, nobody else got it. But I mean, I think people have been getting like more and more and more into these things because they've been doing so awesome on these movies that like it's awesome to see everybody kind of turn around and be like, oh, I get it, like you know, like Death is a female, like he's trying to court her. But dude, it's really cool, man. I'm excited for some of this stuff coming out.
So they also said in Infinity War that Captain Marvel should be making an appearance, so that'd be awesome to see her come in before her full movie, just like the way that Black Panther was in Captain America.
Right.
So that'd be really, really awesome. They also changed the second title. So Avengers Infinity War was supposed to have part 1 and part 2 back when they did their release.
Yeah.
But they changed the second title because they said that the second movie is going to be in the same vein, but not as, to call it Infinity War would not be correct.
Yeah.
So maybe there's so many rumors that are out there, so many fan theories that are just saying like maybe it's the passing of the torch. Maybe this is a situation where, of course, this is all speculation, but just maybe this is where like half of them are killed. So this will make way for the new, the all new, all different, Avengers. Follow that kind of story arc. But it's really, really cool. And I think recently also, there's like so many links that I need to post in here. I'm sorry. So there's going to be a lot. Disney had also said that they're already working on phase 4. No, I'm sorry, phase 5. Yeah. One of the movies is definitely going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And possibly Iron Man 4, because Robert Downey Jr. said he wants to do another one. Dude. So, I mean, you got 2 titles already in there that are in the pipeline, possibly. Depending on how well Black Panther does, how well Captain Marvel does, you might get a sequel to one of those.
You might get a sequel. Like, I think those are going to be some of the biggest releases they've had. Like, I feel like Doctor Strange might be the one that kind of is a little bit lower because people don't have a whole lot of knowledge on him. He's not one of the really popular characters, but the people that love Doctor Strange really, really, really love Doctor Strange.
That's super true, man, but I don't know how many people out there are just as gung-ho for Doctor Strange. And the more and more I'm watching the trailers for it, I'm feeling like it's going to be good. I'm going to enjoy it, but it's not going to be like, it's not going to be Ant-Man. It's not going to be, Captain America. It's not going to be like these larger movies that we're used to seeing. Like, I have a feeling it's probably going to be one of the weaker of the titles that they do release, but I mean, it's still going to be awesome. I can't wait to see. I was going to say but Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, please don't.
Okay, maybe that's why nobody's put that one out there.
You don't want to shorten that name.
I didn't know.
It's long, but you just need to say the whole thing.
Yeah, just make the effort. I'm sorry.
Just reverse that.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Scratch that, reverse it. He's like, damn it. But yeah, so we won't shorten his name again. But yeah, there's so much stuff that are coming out.
I really hope that like Doctor Strange does well enough. I mean, I don't know if it'll get a second movie. I don't know if it's going to do that well. I really, really hope it is, because I feel I'm one of those people that is really gung-ho about Doctor Strange just because of what he brings to the Marvel Universe. And I hope he gets enough that, hopefully he'll get a second movie. but at the very least that he can become an integral part of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because that having him on that team with what everybody else has already is so like opens up a huge world of possibilities of things that can happen within the Marvel universe, and I'm looking forward to it, even though nothing's been announced, nothing's official.
Yeah.
Like, who knows where they're taking it, but, like, I'm super hopeful that that's something that can happen.
Possibly, man. I don't know. I think with his skill set, I mean, yes, it looks like he's going to know about his powers more, but, you know, as powerful as Scarlet Witch should be, like, I feel like they're really kind of like numbing her power set. Like, she's really doesn't know what's going on. She can kind of do some things.
She's growing into them.
She is growing into them, but like she's going into them like over 2 movies, like Age of Ultron and Captain America: Civil War.
Right.
It's taken her forever to realize her power set, and then Benedict Cumberbatch is going to come in. Doctor Strange is going to come in, and less than a movie, he's going to realize his power potential, and boom.
Heck yeah, man! He's got the Ancient One.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, Scarlet Witch didn't have any guidance.
Right,
that's true.
exactly.
So she's uninhibited, unfiltered, if you will.
I would even like it if they kind of went the comics like kind of take on it, because Doctor Strange really is a mentor for all these people with kind of like hex, and I'm going to say hex powers because that's what they refer to them as in the comics for Scarlet Witch.
Hosted exchange powers?
Yes.
Okay. You said hex. That's what I was thinking.
That's just too much technology in your head.
Too much technology. Okay.
So hex powers for Scarlet Witch, and then for but it's still based around magic and kind of like this darker area. And Doctor Strange, since he has had training from the Ancient One, he's kind of taking over that role of who the Ancient One would be. Hopefully that's not too much of spoilers because it's all over the comics, so hopefully people know about that kind of thing before the movie comes out. If not, I'm really sorry. But the fact that he gets that training, he's then able to reciprocate and train a lot of these people. So he does do some training with Scarlet Witch. He does do some training with magic from X-Men. So I guess technically she's a New Mutant, but then becomes part of the X-Men later on. If you're not familiar with that, Magic is probably one of my favorite X-Men characters of all time.
I wonder if they're going to throw her in the mix. I don't know if they would throw her in Sony. Or like, they'd have Fox to bring her in or the Marvel mix, because
Fox is talking about doing a New Mutants movie.
Yeah.
So if they do like this, it'd be perfect to bring Magic in. I'd really hope they would. I'd hope they do it right though, because I really love that character. She's got a crazy backstory. Like probably one of the most messed up backstories that you can possibly have. So to kind of sum it up, she basically grew up in a version of hell. So it's kind of nuts, like her story. So
she's all right.
So I really hope to do that. But I mean, yeah, like he's a mentor, he's a trainer, he's a teacher, and I really like that aspect of it. So I really hope they can do something like that for the movie set with Benedict Cumberbatch and kind of what's going on. So I mean, maybe they will. Maybe they'll fully realize her powers once they kind of meet and start doing some of that stuff. Who knows which way they'll take it? But I mean, I just want it to be cool.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. So far, luckily, knocking on our wooden desk here, but hopefully, they'll continue their streak of knocking it out of the park.
Heck yes.
So, well, speaking of knocking out of the park, you know who did that this week? Freaking social media for a local burger chain to Texas, Whataburger. If you don't know what Whataburger is, if you're on the East Coast, I don't know what this is compared to.
East Coast or West Coast, even really. Like, there's not a ton of it out there.
Yeah, like on the West Coast, similar to Whataburger would be In-N-Out.
Not even
I
similar.
know that's a bold statement. I know Jonathan.
In-N-Out is just so much way above Whataburger. So we're gonna lose listeners this week.
Okay. In-N-Out's pretty amazing. We just got them here in San Antonio, so they're awesome. It's almost been a year since they opened up, and they still have a really long ass line in the drive-thru.
All the time.
It's so ridiculous. But anyway, Whataburger is a local chain of Texas. They started in Corpus Christi, and they expanded throughout Texas. But recently, they've been kind of thrown into the mix of what's been going on with Wonder Woman, because Whataburger and Wonder Woman just happen to have the same W logo. So
It's super similar. I was like, how really similar can it be? And
I know,
was like,
and
oh,
Whataburger's
that's like really.
yeah, Whataburger's been around for a really long time. I don't know if they've been around longer than Wonder Woman has. I don't think they have, but I mean, they still like the version of the logo. The version
logo
of
they have.
You have?
No, the logo they have, I think, because in that article, I think it says it.
Yeah.
But the logo's been around since like the 80s.
Yeah.
Their logo, what they call the Flying W logo.
Right. But with the new iteration of Wonder Woman and the logo that she has now is exactly, well, not exactly the same, but pretty similar to the Wonder Woman logo. So what they did was a representative from Whataburger spoke to the press, the Houston Chronicle, about, what their relationship was with Wonder Woman and how they feel about her stealing their logo and all this other stuff. And like in true like Whataburger form, they're kind of known for this like social media type stuff. They stated, this is amazing.
So good.
They said, truth be told, Whataburger's own superhero, What a Guy, would love to team up with Wonder Woman and her friends. But in fact, Whataburger supports superheroes like Wonder Woman and her friends in the Justice League. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
pretty awesome.
Like, really, like...
And we'll link to the article. We're not going to get too much in the politics of everything, but it's kind of interesting, man. Like, it makes some good points. Like, it's one of those things that DC's kind of seems to be overstepping their bounds with what they're trying to do for trademarks for. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of what brought on this whole thing. But, dude, Whataburger's PR department is probably one of the best.
Yeah, like they always, like they were super trolling on Kanye West when they were saying like when he was blowing up on Twitter about Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. They're like, hey, you know what would really make your day great if you got like a number 2 with fries and a Coke. They were just like, that's gonna turn you around, Kanye.
Oh, man.
And I think at one point he just said, stop tweeting at me. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and I know since they are local to Texas, Notre Dame recently played against the University of Texas.
This was so messed up.
And Notre Dame lost. And I guess for the win, Whataburger tweeted at them and was just like, what did they say?
You can still have a win in Texas if you guys stop at Whataburger on your way out.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, that's super painful.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I mean, it's just kind of interesting to see. Like, I mean, who knows? I doubt DC's going to go in there and change the Wonder Woman logo or kind of do anything with it. Hopefully they can just get things worked out rather than have any kind of dispute. But we'll see what happens, man. Like, it's kind of interesting. But
yeah, they'll definitely work it out. It's not anything that's too crazy, and they both seem to be on the same page about it. So I think it's just awesome to see like their responses here to it, and just
good promo for both too. Like they should just team up and do something crazy. So
yeah,
but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Enough burger news.
Moving on. Fan service. Let's talk about some fan service here. Stranger Things, man. Again, knocking it out of the park. This is like them totally recognizing like the pulse of the fans.
And you know what? I don't really know if it's Netflix or anything else besides the actors themselves just kind of getting out there that people are so infatuated with Stranger Things or were so infatuated with Stranger Things. I think it's kind of dying down a little bit, as expected. This is the internet age where things last for about 15 minutes. They've had about 30 minutes in the spotlight. Yeah. So it's been awesome. But yeah, like, dude, all the stuff they're doing is so good. So go ahead, man. What is it that they did?
Well, no. Ben Schwartz, he plays Jean-Ralphio in Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Looks a lot like Steve, the tall, lanky boyfriend from Stranger Things.
Joe Keery is his real name, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Joe Keery.
Joe Keery? Okay.
Yes.
So I guess people were tweeting about it a lot or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, like they really do kind of look like each other. So they kind of went on that and totally did like a mini photo shoot of them like father and son meet after so long. there's a back-to-back picture of them, wearing the same shirt, and there's another picture of them shaving in the and
like
looking
he's
into
teaching
the mirror.
him to shave. Like,
And the other one, they had like a video where they're both like Ben Schwartz is looking into the camera, and then Joe Keery come there and kind of pops up behind him and is like, this is strange, and they both kind of have the same voice and look. It's awesome.
it's so good. Like, it's just freaking cool. It's uncanny how similar they are. Like, but the fact that they got together and did it was freaking cool.
Yeah,
like,
man, damn it, that show's so good,
dude. But you know what? And it's helping it stay relevant. Mm-hmm. Which is fun. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming by this point maybe people are sick and tired of us talking about Stranger Things every single week.
Sorry,
but
guys.
I mean, they're doing it to themselves. They're keeping themselves in the news all the time.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with, as long as we're not saturated with it, and as long as we're not getting like Suicide Squad level advertisement coming at us from every single direction.
And we know that both of these guys are definitely in Stranger Things. Like, they're not going to promote them and then not show them. They're definitely both, like, oh no, well, we know Joe Keery is, so that's awesome.
That's freaking cool. Anyway, just a little tidbit. We thought it was fun. We'll put a little post to a link to the article.
Yeah, for sure.
For it. But sweet. The other thing on our notes for this week is a trailer that I had refused to watch until very recently.
In fact, so recently, it was moments before we even started this podcast.
What? Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But Passengers, I hadn't heard of this movie until the trailer dropped. Then once the trailer dropped, I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll watch it eventually. Like, yeah, it seems all right. Like, I mean, I really like Chris Pratt, so I'll probably end up watching it anyway. And Jennifer Lawrence is in it, which is kind of cool. Like, she's a good actress. Like, she's all the movies that she's been in. Like, I've been a fan of. It's cool. But I mean, now I don't know how original or crazy this movie can be. So we'll see, because I hadn't heard anything about it. I watched the trailer, and Eric, since I watched it in front of Eric, Eric can attest for my reactions. But dude, this movie looks cool, man.
Yeah, you're damn right it does.
Yeah. I'm almost as excited for it as I am for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh, that makes me less excited to see it. No, Passengers look super good. It's like a mix. Oh, man, that's what it made me think about.
What did it make you think about?
The way the trailer looked was kind of reminded me of the trailer for that movie Lost in Space. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
But basically that's what's happening is like they've left Earth. They're on a ship. Oh, it's kind of like WALL-E,
Not like WALL-E.
Okay. If WALL-E was everybody that was on their ship was also in cryo sleep.
Yes.
So
Hibernation. Something or other. Future advanced technology for keeping people alive while they sleep.
Like if they were going, like everybody was going to Fhloston Paradise.
Yeah.
And they were stuck in cryo sleep, except these two cats woke up during that. Something went wrong. But it's Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. And it looks pretty good.
It looks really good. Like I was more impressed than I thought I was going to be. And that's why I was kind of putting it off, because I figured I'm going to watch this movie anyway. So why do I need to watch this trailer? Like it, I'll check it out eventually. But I'm really glad you showed it to me. I'm really glad you brought it up. I'm really glad you put it in our show notes.
Boom.
Because dude, that's pretty awesome, man. Like the special effects look really good. The storyline can be interesting. Like we'll have to see how that kind of develops and comes along. If we get more of like a storyline trailer, I guess later on, because this was a bunch of visuals.
Just like, ooh, look at these flashy stuff.
Look at all this flashy stuff. Look at all these beautiful people running. Like,
yep,
that's pretty much what it felt like.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. Like, it's interesting, but I give you enough of the story that, I mean, it keeps it interesting for now. But
it was really out of place when Chris Pratt stopped those three raptors. I thought that didn't fit.
I think you're just mixing stuff up now.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
you just watched the
Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jurassic World a little too much.
Yeah.
I was going to say Lost World, but that's from way long ago.
A long time ago days. Yeah.
It's
but,
awesome.
Dude, can we talk about Ark now?
Yes, we can talk about Ark now.
Or do you want to talk about...
No, let's talk about Ark.
Okay. because I know you don't want to talk about the other one.
No, we can talk about both. So
Okay, so let's do Arc first, just because we were really pumped about it. I think John and I had saw the trailer. We were pretty excited about it.
Promising.
It did look promising, but after I saw it, man. Non-spoilery first. Non-spoilery, and you get this right off the back. It's all in the trailer, I guess.
Yes.
For it was that a couple wakes up, they get robbed, and they're stuck in a time loop, and they got to figure it out before. Oh, they just got to figure it out and see what's happening while these people are trying to rob them. It seems like for an eternity, I guess. Like I think they show like a few iterations of it, and it's pretty ridiculous. As far as like story, I think it's pretty unique. It's definitely something that hasn't been told in this fashion before. It's really interesting to kind of see how they react and how like it really just makes you think like if I was ever stuck in a time loop, what would I do? You know, because some people can remember it, some people can't. You know, we'll see what happens. So,
and in this one from the trailer, it looks like he is remembering. Right,
he is definitely remembering. He is definitely like, what the hell? This just freaking happened. I was just asleep. So it was all right. It was all right. You know, the acting kind of left something to be desired. Apparently that guy's somebody, but I didn't see the show that Elsie's on.
We talked about it last time. He's
Flash?
on
Arrow.
He's on Arrow. No, he's more a Flash character.
Oh,
he's
okay.
Firestorm on Flash.
Yeah, it's all right. Like it's more upsetting now that he is a part of an established show that it didn't seem like it really felt forced. Like the relationships felt forced. The way they were trying to get everything across was kind of forced, I felt, and the resolution to the problems was just. It was okay. It was expected. You kind of see where it's going to go. So I think.
So when you first told me about it, that you had watched it, you said you like a couple of rounds in, you could see how it was going to end.
Yeah, like you can tell, like, okay, I know where this is going. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I mean, as my review for it, it's okay. If you got nothing else to watch, give it a shot, I guess. But I don't know. I want to tell you why. So that's my non-spoilery review. Is
there's no review for me because I haven't watched it.
John hasn't watched it, but we'll. I don't know if he should waste his time, but especially since there's other good things that are coming out that are probably more worth it. But I mean, as far as a sci-fi time travel show or movie, it's okay. And the spoiler review is, damn it, man! Like. It's just upsetting.
That bad.
Like, because, okay, so, yes, the first few iterations of them realizing that, hey, they're in a loop, like, you realize that the girl that he's sleeping with is not who she says she is. She's definitely against him and is trying to steal his technology, but because she wants to, because there's a world war happening and it's against a conglomerate versus the citizens. And so apparently she was captured and he left her behind. And so so he goes off, he tries to look for her, he can't find her, and she finds him and then turns around and robs him because she feels like he left her behind. Okay, it's a freaking war. Prisoners happen, and then she won't let that go through the whole thing of like, you left me behind. You don't know what I had to go through. He was like, I was freaking out here. I'm freaking hiding, it's super just upsetting that she won't let go of that. But then, like, he finds out, like, she's working for this conglomerate or whatever, and the people on her crew that so then it turns out the people that are robbing them, she's a part of them, she knows them all, and one of them is her new boyfriend. So it's just them kind of like trying to figure it all out and trying to stop one of them who is really, really bad, stop them from killing everybody and stealing his time travel technology. So it's super upsetting. So their relation, it feels like it's like the chemistry between them is almost non-existent. Like you can't like you can kind of feel like she like kind of tears up a couple times looking at him, and I'm just like, oh, what the hell are you doing? Like I just don't understand your relationship with like if there was anything between
Do you
y'all.
feel like the actual like? I mean, because I feel when you really like somebody or when you're really like passionate about somebody, even when you're hurt, like you're more hurt than what it would be with just somebody like you know, like, oh, I don't care what they say. Like it really like it cuts deep. Did you're not even that?
Not
you
even
feel
that,
it?
man.
Dang.
Like there's some shows where I don't even know the characters or what their backstory is, but the way that their interactions with the other characters, I'm like, damn it, man, that feels. That's rough.
You feel
like,
it.
You can
relate.
feel it. And there's some, and dude, I can tell you, like, me and the wife have talked about this plenty of times before, where we don't like watching like awkward situations. So like, if there's an awkward situation or something that kind of feels kind of funky between people, like we'll turn it. Like we'll just be like, okay, we'll come back to that show after they figure it out, and we'll come back. But this time I was just like, this is so dumb. Just kill her. Just kill her.
Damn.
And just move on and leave because they're trying to steal your shit, man. Like,
oh wow,
it was just
crazy.
It was infuriating. I just wanted him just to be like, okay, yeah, you had this past, sure, she was your love, whatever, but she's on the wrong side. 1, 2, she doesn't believe you. 3, okay, now y'all are in it together because apparently he touched her during one of the cycles, and now she can remember. And so, like, so they start going through this thing, and it turns out that they've been going through the cycles like thousands and thousands and thousands of times.
Holy crap.
It's super crazy. So it's interesting, yes.
Yeah.
Super interesting. But, man, the acting in it really infuriating. And his, too, like, it's and that's why I say, like, it's super frustrating when you can see, like, his explanation of things or him trying to, like,
it's not good.
It could be better. It has so much potential to be so damn good, and it really kind of feels like a sci-fi movie. Like it could have been Arcnado. Like I feel like the way the acting was. Man, and it has so much promise, but oh man, I feel like it let me down. But it's still. But still, like it's an interesting concept, and if you want to watch it just to like see kind of for yourself. You know, definitely. You know, I'm not gonna. You know, just don't.
I feel like if I have time, maybe I'll watch that. And to be quite honest, dude, I'm so far behind. I don't even know if I've told you this part of it, but I'm just kind of behind on everything because I've been playing a lot of Destiny.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so I got back into that video game, especially since they came out with a new update. So just throw it out there. I mean, I know we say we talk about video game related things, and we haven't mentioned a whole lot about video games, but. Destiny Rise of Iron came out. I love that game. I get hooked into it every time they come up with an update, and that's all I've been doing recently.
Well, you know what you did tell me the other day? You're like, man, I'm not going to have time to do anything. I got to get home. I got to practice, and then I got to play Destiny, so my evening is shot. And I was like, what the hell is what's happening here?
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Destiny, though. Just to throw it out there, just talk a little bit about it. If anybody likes first-person shooters especially, I don't know. Maybe you tried Destiny, maybe you haven't. If you tried Destiny early on, I know there was a lot of people who tried Destiny, when it first came out, and it was kind of lacking in some places. And dude, it feels like they've corrected so many of those things.
Oh, right on.
And Destiny is probably one of my favorite all-time games now, just because of all the things that they've done. And every time they put out a new thing, dude, new iterations, new type of enemies, and it's all similar because it's a first-person shooter. You can't really do a whole lot other than first-person shooting.
Yeah.
But like the game modes are really cool now. There's so many different things. There's something for everybody.
Yeah.
And dude, it's a hell of a lot of fun to play. So
dude, well, no, that's awesome, man. Like when you really love something and you notice all these glitches, and then they actually go back and fix it. Dude, that's freaking amazing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's freaking cool. Every time it's gotten better and better and better. So I'm really been enjoying it. So just a recommendation if you like video gaming, especially on a platform. I'm sorry, on a console. Dude, Destiny, PS4, Xbox One, really good stuff. So just throw it out there. Minor plug for something. Yeah. Just because we love doing it.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And we don't get any kickback for any of this. Not anything. Just We'll just tell you things that we love.
I mean, tweet at us if you want to ever play on the video game sometime, because if you're already into Destiny and you're on PS4, I'm on PS4, just because that was the console that a lot of my friends were on.
Yeah.
So that's what I ended up buying, and that's
Dude,
where
I
played Destiny
remember
at.
y'all were trying to get me into the PS4. And
Dude, we tried hard.
I know, because everybody's like, oh, we're getting a PS4. Oh, we're getting one too. And I was like,
Dude, well, it's because everybody had a PS4 already. So it was like,
or
no, everyone had PS4s. Like when I bought my PS4 is because there was, I think about 8 people that we work with that all had a PS4, and there was only one other person with an Xbox One. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. To the Xbox One guy, I was like, I gotta go this direction.
That was me. I was the only one with an Xbox One.
You didn't own one at the time. Don't lie.
I didn't. No, I was super late to that game.
But no, just throw it out there. And seriously, in all honesty, if there's anybody out there who doesn't have anybody to play with, and you want to
John will play with you
on PS4, maybe we can make some time to hang out and play some PlayStation together. Just tweet at me and I'll give you my username. We can do it.
There you go. Nice.
Sweet. Okay, just throw a little thing out there, since we were I felt really down and depressed with with Ark and how much Eric disliked it.
Yeah, but no, I saw something that was super good, and that's what I wanted to talk about.
Bring it back around, Eric.
Bringing it back around, we'll leave on a high note. It's going from 6 to midnight in here.
Right, yeah.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mas.
You brought it back. You brought it back, guys. I still don't believe what y'all are doing and why you haven't told Avengers that Agent Coulson is alive. One.
Right, messed up, dude.
That's super janky, and I don't appreciate that. But this Ghost Rider episode, man, I know it's gotten mixed reviews, but I really enjoy it. Like, even though Ghost Rider kind of looks like the Guardians from Halo 4 or Halo 5, whichever the last iteration was. He kind of looks like that kind of weird machine-y type thing with the flames on his head. But I mean, really, it looks pretty cool. Like it. Okay, the first scene with him in it, like a rocket launcher hits the car. Like it's just a regular like 69 Challenger.
And you can say spoilers before that too.
No, because this is in the first like 5 minutes.
All right,
so
we'll give you that.
This is not spoilery to the rest of the episode, but a rocket launcher goes to hit his car, hits the car. It does like a flip in the air, but while it's flipping, it's like bursting into flames, and so the wheels, the exhaust, like everything kind of catches on fire and just like lights up, and then lands on his wheels and kind of takes off. So it was like but it looked a little cheesy. It did look cheesy. It looked as well as it could on TV, but just the introduction of him and the way that they did it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I felt like if they would have used the scene of him walking around the car with his head all aflame, would have been a better like found footage image. Because you really couldn't see him. You could only see like really the flames that were kind of above the shadow. So it looked that looked pretty legit. Like I was just, oh man, they really should have used that. Why did they use like the car just taking off? That was so dumb.
Yeah.
But
they need to hire somebody from Whataburger, is what
I know, right? If you're gonna find found footage and put it on social media, go to Whataburger. They'll hook it up.
They'll do it right.
And you can get a snack too.
I'll tell you what, like now that you say snack at Whataburger, that's one of the things that I do really like from there. They have that lemon pie every once in a while. Oh my goodness.
Whataburger, if you're listening, hook us up.
Give us some lemon pies.
Yeah, at least one lemon pie. That's all John wants. It's, a little hot lemon pie. But yeah, the rest of the episode was pretty good. Follows the same storyline. With the introduction or the kind of like the full on, not really spoilery, but like Daisy as Quake.
Right. So, I mean, and that's spoiler for last season. I feel like at this point, everybody
should know.
Everybody that would have watched it right away would have watched it by now. And if you haven't, I mean, you can go back and watch it, but these are going to be some spoilers. But season 3, all about season 3?
Possibly. Whatever
last season was, all about Inhumans. Kind of finishes that whole Inhuman storyline, and in a really cool way. Then, but yeah, like Daisy's full on Quake now. Or if you happen to watch any of the early seasons, maybe you missed a couple like Eric did.
Yeah.
So it went from from her being Skye to being Daisy Johnson, revealed as the character from the comic books as Quake, and then now she's fully Quake, right?
Full on Quake in it.
Full on Quake.
She's a full on Quaker. So this is kind of weird. Like, it feels like they got a property, got okay to throw it into the mix of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but Ghost Rider's Latino dude, Robbie Rodriguez, I think is his name.
I don't remember. I feel like we should know this.
I feel like we should too. Robbie Reyes. Yep.
Awesome. Cool, man.
Yeah, so Robbie Reyes plays Ghost Rider, and the actor's name is Gabriel Luna. So he's been a few other things. I don't know if did you ever see Bernie with Jack Black?
No.
He's kind of like a mortician or kind of like a...
I've heard of it, and I think it's on a bunch of streaming services.
Yeah.
It didn't interest me that much.
Yeah, it was okay. He's on a few things. He's in the second season of True Detective, which is an awesome show. I haven't even seen the second season of True Detective. I really wanted to, but yeah, he's pretty cool, man.
Did a good job on that?
Huh?
He did a good job.
I think so. I don't know his mannerisms. I don't know how well like he held true to the comic, because it was the new iteration of Ghost Rider with the car, not the motorcycle like he's used to. But based on the past iterations of him, of Johnny Blaze, and I can't remember the other guy's name that played Ghost Rider, or that was in the Ghost Rider kind of series, but pretty true to that form. So looks cool. I think it's definitely a different take on what's happening. It looks like he's just kind of a character that they're just kind of intermingling. So maybe kind of like a side story of the main arc of they're trying to figure out what's going on while Quake is doing her thing. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know. It's really too early to say. So I don't know. I don't know how
they're
gonna...
maybe trying to do like a spin-off show eventually. Give Ghost Rider his own stories?
Depending on how well he does. I don't know if he can do it solo, because I don't know how many... Like, I know he interacts with a lot of other characters, but I don't know, like, how well he would fit in just as a solo guy. Would it be like a Sons of Anarchy type situation where he's a mutant? Can they say mutants? I don't think they can.
No, they can't.
So how would that work? Is it just like they can't just keep going calling everybody else like Inhumans or whatever? Or
yeah, they can.
Because that's supposed to be like the new X-Men, like instead of like they're taking over like the mutants aspect, or what do you think?
In the comics, I think one of the things that they've done is they've kind of weaned out the X-Men in just a ton of different ways. So it seems like Inhumans are kind of like the new replacements for it, but that's as far as the comics go, as far as kind of where everything is and where everything stands. But I mean, since I guess they're heading strong in the movie universe with all the Avengers stuff, it seems like all those characters have really taken the foreground and kind of have taken over the full, like, even Marvel Comics universe. Just because I'm sure they need stories, they need things happening on that side, they need that to be the lead if they're going to keep going with the movie and connect everything and all these places. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. But yeah, man, I mean, as far as that goes, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they could keep going with the Inhuman stuff because there's a ton of stuff they can do there with it, and they have the rights to the name, right? Like, yeah. Like, so they can really go crazy with it if they want to. They can bring it up and kind of keep going that direction. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they really have a wide open range of where they can go. It's just like if they can keep the story interesting, and I'm really hoping that they do, because it looks like they have an opportunity to just kind of keep it going here. And I don't know, it just seemed like this really kind of brought it back for me. Like, I really kind of want to get back into the show. So
nice. That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm happy about this,
because I know we were at kind of like,
yeah, you don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah, it was just, you need to be more into it. I know we talked about it before in the past, and I was like, I'm done with that show. But I don't know.
You were so done with that show.
I know.
Now,
bringing it back.
Hook you back in. I really hope all they got to do is keep it interesting, because I think that's where they lost you, and I feel you weren't the only one. Because, dude, 23 episodes a season is a heck of a lot for an American hour-long TV show, which is really more like 45 minutes. But
you say that because you love the shit out of some Doctor Who.
Dude, Doctor Who.
And they're like 45 seasons.
They're 45 episodes. They're 45 minutes.
And 45 episodes a season.
Dude, no, we get like Doctor Who is, I think, like usually 10 to 12 episodes a season.
No way. I thought there were a hell of a lot more than that.
Oh, no, dude. But they're true 45 minutes. And there's no like, because I mean, in the American shows, sometimes, especially once you watch them on Netflix and stuff, like it's so obvious where they're doing like commercial breaks for stuff. And it just, it seems to fit. It's gotten a lot better. I guess because you have to think of streaming services afterwards and stuff like that, and people buy DVDs and everything. So DVDs, Blu-rays, more than anything, I guess, nowadays. But Doctor Who is definitely, 12 episodes a season, 45-minute episodes a pop. And it keeps the story fresh and going. And I think that's what happens here is that you do get 45 minutes worth of show per season on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but there's 23 episodes. It feels like they have like, they could do maybe 15 episodes of really, really good content, and then the rest is just kind of filler to stretch it out to the full 23 episodes. Which kind of sucks, man. Like, I really wish that some of these shows would kind of cut down. I understand that, maybe to get that extra money for budgets, they need to stretch it out a little bit. Man, as long as they keep it fresh, they keep the story going, even if it's slower in action, maybe not as big budget, but you got to keep the story fresh and you got to keep it there. And I think they did that very well in the first 2 seasons, but this last season definitely they seem to really kind of stretch it out. And they're kind of doing the saltwater taffy thing and, kind of spreading it apart as far as it would go. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hopeful.
Well, I am too, man. And I haven't said that about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a while, so I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be good again.
Yes,
and
please.
I think you are too.
Heck
and,
yes.
I'm also, damn it, you're right. I think Doctor Who is about 10 episodes.
This whole time you've been trying to look up how many episodes
because I was
going
to say, booyah.
You're trying to prove me wrong.
Yep.
This is what happens.
I know. Actually, you know what? Ooh, no. They're like 14 episodes. But still.
2 more than what I said.
Not 43, like I said. Sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
It's messed up, dude.
I know. I'm sorry. I said I was
not
sorry.
believing me, man.
I'm a believer.
Have some faith.
And I do have faith.
I told you Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was good.
Dude,
look at you now.
Well, okay, finally. It took 2 years, but that...
All right. Anyway, we said we're going to leave this on a positive note.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Positivity.
All right. Well, cool. That's pretty much what we got to talk about this week. So,
tell them where they can find us.
So you can find us on Twitter. That's at Kenobis Corner, or twitter.com/Kenobis Corner. You can find us on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Kenobis-Corner. All our episodes are on there. Good place to leave comments. Eric has us on YouTube now, so we'll put the link in the description for that. And find us on YouTube, another good place to leave comments and do stuff like that. Other than that, we are on the iTunes store. Just look up the podcast section, search Kenobis Corner. You should find us there, as well as the Google Play Store, same thing. And if you want to drop us any reviews or anything like that, definitely feel free to. Even better if they're positive, but we're not going to say you have to do that.
Yeah.
Some cool places to connect with us, and if you want to kind of change platforms on where you're listening to us, some good places to do it. All the links will be down in the description. And if you do have somewhere else that you want us to be on, just send us a tweet, put a comment somewhere, and we'll take a look and do our best to get on that platform if we can.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us this week, and please enjoy yourselves and each other.